Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Neves. Honestly, I feel like crying because I don't feel like I'm worth it. People make fun of me because the things I like to do might be a little younger than what I am. And I'm not hurting anybody. And the things I do, quite frankly, I don't feel are too old for me to do. And I'm not hurting anybody. And then, I honestly, I don't like celebrating birthdays, and I got one coming up, and I already feel like I'm as old as shit or as old as dirt or whatever. My friend Mike Russo is 1 year younger than me, or less than 10 months. He's October of '82, and I'm December '81. And even I'm envious that he's got that little bit of time less than I do. I feel like he's so young. And my cousin Christian, he's not that much younger than me, but I'm envious of that too because I've been back and forth with physical therapy and all these operations for the past 15, 20 years, and I felt like I missed out on a lot. And I just don't feel worth it anymore. And I see a young, beautiful girl, and I feel like I'm washed up. My time is done. My friend recently got married, Mike Russo, and he's so lucky. Christina's an awesome person, God bless her. And she's so beautiful and the kindest heart you will ever see in your life. And she fits in right well because she's one of the guys and she's cool as shit. And I love her. I'd do anything for Christina and Mike. I love the shit out of them. I wish I loved myself just as much. I got a birthday coming up. I got Christmas coming up. And I lost my grandparents several years ago. And sometimes I feel very much alone. And I don't feel worth it. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm not doing this for sympathy. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for anything. I just wish and pray that time wouldn't pass me by. Please, nobody comment on this video unless you can actually help my problem. I don't really do the computer thing. I just really wish I love, not to sound superficial or like how you call this, vain or plastic or self-centered or shallow, but I love like beautiful girls who have like an awesome heart and are very smart and just gorgeous. I have a thing for like very cute. It depends on your personality too, but I love physically attractive people. And I'm not just looking for that because if you've seen some of the people I dated in the past, they weren't physically attractive, but they were okay for me. I love them as people, but also I love the bubbly and the makeup. I like people that like to make themselves look good, but not shit on anybody else because I've been shitted on a time or two in my life. That's not what I mean. so please don't misconstrue what I'm saying, but I never was that guy that kind of got the girl. I never really kind of got the princess, and I always was the side guy, not meaning the side guy like I was the side person on the side for a cheater. I mean, I always was the sidekick and never the leading man in the story. And there was a stupid guy from my high school named Johnny Lou that would discriminate against disabled people. Meanwhile, he was disabled and had a limp and had everything. He thought he was a gangster. And people had to remind him, like, yo, chill, because you're disabled, you're going to get hurt. Like, sit your ass down, basically. And Johnny Lou, just because he could stand up or whatever, he'd be like, and he didn't even know how to speak. He thought he was black, but meanwhile the dude was Chinese. Not to be unpolitically correct or what have you, or whatever they call the phrase, but he'd be like, I told you I'm not handicapped, I told you I ain't crippled, and that made me feel bad, because it's like, I can't walk. But he would always laugh at me, because honestly, him and his girl was nothing to look at, believe me. They had a face for radio. But he would always shit on me, though. He would always shit on my look and the fact that I never had a girl, or that people would shit on me. And he loved listening to rumors like a 12-year-old girl. And Johnny Lou Otter should have been basically paying attention to his studies, as he got out of high school, 21, 22, and proud of it. But he did that on purpose. And him and his girl both did it, to the point where one of the parents said, when they were doing attendance, what happened to Marissa? And the parents said, she got extinct. Well, one day I bumped into him a few years after high school. And I tried to introduce myself and be cool, because I'm the type of dude you curse out. Well, I'm trying not to be now, because my focus is a little different. But I test people because I want to see how, I want to test, in a sense, I'm very studious of who I associate with now. Let's put it that way. Because of all the hurt that I've been through in high school. That's why I had to rebuild everything and move to Staten Island, because to build up my legacy and to be able to say, you know what, I have a disability, but I had good times.
I'm back, Chris.
And then, I approached him, and he pretended like he didn't know me. Then all of a sudden his girl was like, oh, you know him. He had that para. I mean, everybody had a para. That's a stupid and ignorant statement to make. And then he's like, oh, I know him. He was the guy that got rejected by the girl. And I swear to God, this guy's so stupid. This guy's so stupid that that's his way of hurting me, because he mentioned that, like, yo, if he mentioned that I got rejected by that girl so many times that it's like I could have been rich by him saying that. And then he used to do a little laugh like a Cheshire cat, or that little freaking dog from Duck Hunt on Nintendo. So it's like, screw you, man, But with the holidays and everything coming up, I can't help but, feel like crying, because honestly, I just wish First of all, I miss my grandparents. And the family's not the same without them, to be honest. And I don't see too much of my family, and that hurts. You know, I have good people working with me, but at the same time, I have certain people that are taking advantage of me too. And then, the company that I'm under, some of the people not too good. You got the boss lady kind of yelling at me when I'm the person she's serving. It's like you go to you go to McDonald's and you're gonna yell at the customer. It just doesn't fit. And then she makes my house seem like Nazi Germany. I mean, I like the woman. She's cool as hell and everything. But it's like she yells at me and she's not supposed to. you know, I appreciate my aunts for putting me in best care, but it's like it's making like my house into Nazi Germany, and it's like I stayed in a nursing home for 4 years. I all my life without crying, I always wanted my own place, and I got it. Not for somebody to run my place. When I first got introduced to Michelle, she seemed very calm as an administrator, but then later, it's like the Sour Patch Kids candy. It's like sour, the opposite of sour, sweet, and gone. That's what it's like having a phone call, and it's like I'm not an aggressive person, and it's like, I understand you run that company, but at the same time, you don't run me. And if you want people to stay, talk to them right. Like, I don't understand. It's like, to me, I treat people in the sense the way I would like to be treated. And that's it, especially when it's something so personal like your care, your health, your care. And if you're having a companion almost the whole day out of the week, they need to be like your right hand. They need to be like your family. But the way she's doing things is like military. It's like, hold on, I'm bringing you money, and it's like I'm a human being. Even the people that work for you, you need to speak to them a little better, depending on who it is. And it's like it hurts, man, because at times I don't know what's the future gonna hold for me, and I don't know, what's gonna happen to me, and it's scary. And my family works, and they're older, and it's like it seems like the system just wants you to give up and crawl and die and stay in the bed and watch paint dry. There needs to be so much revisions when it comes to healthcare as it is in home healthcare, period. It's like, and then not to mention what Donald Trump was trying to do. So it's like he was like the king that went crazy, but that's beside the point. But I don't even like talking politics because that's how you lose friends. And 3 things you don't talk about: your sexual relations, um, who, your money, and politics. But for me, I just wish I could be closer to family and live closer to family. And one wish is I wish that I had somebody special in my life. Look, everybody put me in a category like I was mentally disabled or slow, or the fact that I should only have a girlfriend in a wheelchair, or she needed to be like me. What is like you? That's completely ridiculous. That's like saying I wear glasses, you wear glasses, let's hook up. Because that's how I see it. I'm not discriminating against anybody, but at the same time, that's the first foregone conclusion people come up with. I can't hang out with one of my lady friends that's in a wheelchair for the sense that right away that's the first thing they think of. Not that I'm saying I don't hang out with them. I hang out with them, but when I say they don't want you to, meaning the first thing they do is go to that thought where it's romantic, and it shouldn't be like that. For me, I just want to say, like, I'm not looking for whoever, but at the same time, it's like, if I had a preference, that person would not be in the same condition like me. I would prefer, somebody way different than me, or definitely an able-bodied person, because it's like I'm already going through it. I don't want to see nobody else going through it, and that's like two blind people being together, which would be hard. But then at the same time, it's like my goal is that I also been judged by disabled people as well. And I've tried to go out with disabled people also. But then at the same time, it's like my dream is to have somebody that's the total opposite of what I've been through, and they could see the world through my eyes, and I could see the world through theirs. But at the same time, it's like what I really want for Christmas is, honestly, I want to date. I haven't freaking kissed anybody in 7 to 10 years, and it feels like, not only was I shunned by my stepfather because he didn't want me, and my mom walked out on me. Of course she's gonna try to come back because it's my birthday, but that's like falsehood, because she gives me something and then she curses me out. And it's like, I don't need just a day to be loved. I need every day. But my one wish, besides getting a place and being close to my family, and being, and getting up from the chairs walking, is I really would like somebody to love me, especially before I die or get too old, whichever one is first. And the only thing I ask for Christmas is for a nice girl to date, or, because it's like, my best friend got married, and everybody around me is having kids and getting married, and I know some of my, please, whoever that I'm close to, do not repeat this, because when they tell me about, oh, you don't have kids, you're not married, it makes me feel bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. I already have pressure. If everybody was meant to do the same thing, I should be walking already, if you know what I mean. So everybody's different. So please don't rub it in my face that I'm doing this video. But I just want to say that, damn, for Christmas, I would really like a date, because I feel so bad in my heart, and I feel like not only am I disabled and life is hard, but I'm so unattractive that nobody wants me. And it hurts, and I had to make the courage before doing this video not to cry, but damn it, I wish I was worth something, because it's like, and then the sad part is all my brothers and sisters are able-bodied, so it's like I'm the, when you make cookies and you burn the first batch and the other batch comes out perfect? That's how I feel. Like I'm the mistake. Like they get to do everything I never got to do, and I feel like nobody. Honestly.